Sulaiman says, can we recite Durood? Du'as like sleeping dua, eating dua, washroom dua, etc. in the state of major sexual impurity? Sulaiman's question is regarding mentioning the name of Allah when a person is in his major ritual impurity. Is it permissible or not? Durood is the Urdu word for salutation upon the Prophet ﷺ. So the Durood is Allahumma salli wa sallim ala Muhammad, whether the short version or the extended Ibrahimi version. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka hamidun majid. So what's the ruling if a person is in his major sexual impurity, major ritual impurity, after having intimacy with the spouse or after ejaculating, nocturnal emission that is? What's the ruling on offering salutation upon the Prophet ﷺ, saying dua or adkhar before going to bed or before eating or entering the washroom? The answer is all of this is permissible and there's no problem in that. What is problematic, what is not permissible, is for you to recite the Quran. And this is backed by a hadith where Ali, may Allah be pleased with him, said that the Prophet ﷺ used to recite the Quran on all of his situations, and nothing would prevent him from reciting the Quran, nothing would block him from reciting the Quran except being in the state of sexual impurity. This hadith you will find in the vast majority, if not all, books of fiqh in the very beginning. Yet the hadith is not authentic. And this is why a lot of scholars apply and implement this hadith, because it's so famous, though it's not authentic, and because it is safer. So the period of a person being in the state of major ritual impurity is very negligible. It's a couple of hours, maybe less. The longest would be if a person goes to bed at night in such a state, wakes up at Fajr time. So it's like 4 hours or 5 hours. But that's it. So your need to recite the Quran as a form of worship is not that necessary. Now, having said that, anything else is okay. So the adhkar of going to bed is permissible for you to recite while you are in the major ritual impurity state. Sheikh, but we have Quran in it. I know you have Quran in it. There's no problem in that. What do you mean? See, the Quran you recite as part of the adhkar is different than the Quran you recite as a form of worship. What you read is Ayatul Kursi, the last 2 verses of Surah Al-Baqarah, the 3 quls, wipe your body, Surah Tabarak. These are read as part of the bedtime adhkar and not as part of reciting a juz' of the Quran and worshipping Allah through that. Therefore, scholars say that this is totally legit. Your adhkar of leaving the house, Bismillah, before you eat, before you enter the toilet, A'udhu billahi min al-khubthi wal-khaba'ith, all of this, there's no problem in that, none whatsoever.